YouTube, what's up? I'm Bastion. Today we're going to look at a game that I played in the Spellbreak creator preview event about a week ago. It happened a week before the game is set to launch on September 3rd. Now, this game, I think it's like the second game that I dropped into in the event, and once we dropped, we started fighting and we just fought the whole time in the game, which is pretty awesome. It was a super fun game. It's not a game that I particularly did well in. I think I only ended with 2 exiles, but I think there are a lot of great lessons in it for new players about how to rotate, how to position yourself in fights, how to loot as you're fighting and as you're just going along in the world and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. I'll be kind of giving a live commentary as we're going along, and we'll be all good to go. Hey, with all that said, if you like the video, you can like it and subscribe and do all that stuff. You can also check me out on Twitch. I stream there at Bastion LMAO on Twitch. So give it a listen. We'll get into the game, and yeah, thanks. All right, here we go. So the first thing that you want to do when you drop into a game is to make sure that you're not fiddling with your settings and that you are looking around. As soon as you drop out of the portals, that's something I did wrong in this game. You'll see I kind of end up landing in the middle of nowhere. Luckily, I know the map well enough where I kind of knew where I could loot a little bit. But as you're dropping into the world, make sure you're looking around so you know where enemies are and you know where you're landing, so that you can land on some good chests. You want to, figure out where the good chests are to be had and stuff like that as you go. But yeah, as I land, just grab a quick chest right there. I go up here, there's an epic chest right there. I was gonna go for it, but unlucky, there's someone right there. So now I try to back them off with my firewall. I try to separate them from the loot. I actually get the gauntlet there. That's what I wanted to get. Unlucky that they got a belt right off the rip and I didn't. So now I back off because I know that they have a huge advantage. I see someone right in front of me there, and then that person pushed back. Luckily, they didn't see me down below, so they thought that was me maybe. They fight them. I come up and kind of back them away again by surprising them with that. I grab some more loot. I grab another gauntlet. I heal up a little bit as I'm going. I know that my teammates are somewhat close and maybe coming closer. You see Oza right over there. Now, as we go along in this game, get a quick pick right there, lightning gauntlet. I'm also testing out these gauntlets. I think this is the first time I use the lightning gauntlet. And you'll see at some point in this game, I ditch the lightning gauntlet because it just didn't feel very good for me in this game. But I have it for right now. Now, what I was going to say is that you'll see that I'm kind of a bad teammate at a couple points in this game. And that's because I don't know Oza that well, but I know Fumbles, and I know that he's a very good player and that he can handle himself. So I disengage from my group a lot, from my party at times, because I know that Fumbles can handle himself, and that if I need to rush back in, if he goes down or something like that, if he gets in over his head, that I can do that at any point. But I kind of believe in him to be able to handle himself throughout this game. So if you're jumping in, you kind of want to play closer to your allies than I am at parts in this game. But I only do that because, I know Fumbles is dang good at the game. So that's just a side note there. You can see me now. I'm running around in this game. I'm always keeping distance from the team. I know I have the lightning gauntlet, so I can keep a good amount of distance. But also, I'm just trying to whittle this guy down. Now I have him under 50, or he's at health. He's not quite at 50% health. But now I'm trying to push in a little bit closer on him. You can see Oza right there. We're both kind of like pushing in closer and closer. I'm trying to shield this guy off, put him in a bad position. He's doing pretty well to work around me. You see he gets up there. I know he has stone, so I don't ever want to be on the same level as him, really. Now I see he's focused on my teammates, so I go to push in and they finish him off. Great, that's awesome. So now it seems like we're done. We have some time to rest, but I immediately get hit in the back by lightning. So I duck under cover, out of the way out of line of sight from them, and then heal up a little bit before I turn back into the fight. Now you can already see that I've used a lot of pots this game, and I'm already running low. Right there, I saw the toxic cloud down, so I used my firewall to explode the toxic cloud. That's a little thing. I see that there are people coming in from the south even more and more, so I'm gonna stay up here. I'm not going to jump in too fast. I see my teammate in front of me, and both teammates in front of me, so now I'm pushing up a little bit and pushing up a little bit. I'm gonna try to sneak around the side right here. I get a sneaky little fireball in there, and now I kind of put myself in the middle of the fight, so I immediately back out. I took some damage there, so I full back out all the way back to this rock. I knew that I could go into that fight and then disengage back to this rock, right? So that's one thing as you're playing in the game. Make sure that you kind of like have an idea of a safe zone that you can fall back to. It's harder in solos or something like that to do that, because if you're just playing one-on-one, then the guy's just going to push you. But if you have teammates like in squads or duos or something, it's easier for you to disengage away. Now, at this point, I have no more pots and I have no shield. I also see that zone is coming. I know that Fumbles can handle himself, so I'm going to disengage just so I can try to find some pots. You will also notice at this point that I have played this entire game up until this point with a green belt and no amulet. I don't recommend doing that. You want to be looted up. Looting or fighting without loot in this game feels really, really bad. And I don't recommend doing it. I don't recommend landing on people. I kind of stumbled into that guy in this game, but in general, I do not try to fight off drop. I try to get a full kit before I do any fighting. Luckily, right there, I just stumbled into a purple amulet, which is huge, and then I stumbled into a purple fire gauntlet. Super lucky for me. But you know, what you will see is that I went along a path to zone that I knew there was loot to be had. So like I go up to this tower, I went through a patch in Halcyon. I was also looking around and trying to look at different places where I know chests. That's just about knowing the map, knowing your rotations and stuff like that. Now I'm going to be coming out of zone. I know I'm ahead of my teammates slightly, and I see people at that tower as I'm coming in. So I danger ping it for my teammate. We didn't have communications in this game. We were just, you know, randomly fell into a game together. So I saw people at that tower. I marked it. I danger pinged it for my teammates so that they didn't just come out of zone. You know, they're down on health or whatever. They seem to be pretty high up actually now. Just to make sure that they didn't run into that and get themselves into trouble. And they listened to me. I think Fumbles was ready to fight, so he goes up there and tries to fight them. I need to get some more pots, and of course, I got out of zone. I was trying to get pots, and there's another team right here. They were trying to push me out of that area. As they were coming out of zone, they were trying to push me away so that they could have like that house to themselves to kind of set up. They did that a little bit, but we're fighting. You see, I try to dash through the spell, the lightning sorcery there, and it doesn't really work out, so I get shocked. But now I'm just trying to navigate around this fight. You see, I'm like kind of on the outside of the buildings. I'm on the outside of the fight. I see two people right there, and I'm just trying to push in to fights and then try to back away from them. I knew that someone came over here. I thought he might have been hiding in the house. It seems like Oza, neither of us know where he is, but hey, there he is right there. He's going away, so I'm trying to pressure him now because I know his teammates are at least split. But yeah, I mean, I lose him. I think he flew away. He's way down in the desert now. And I have like no health again. So here's another situation where, you know, if I had comms, I would be telling Fumbles to not push, or at least telling him that I'm not with him. But I do trust Fumbles. You know, I know that he's a really good player. So I just take a moment here to pot up, try to loot a little bit more to find stuff. Yeah, I mean, I have no pots and I have 50 health right now with a green belt. That's just like not a good situation for me. So I'm going to take a moment here. I know that I'm no use to the team if I'm dead, so, or if I'm exiled. So I take a moment here, and you see, like, I wasn't hitting many shots with my lightning gauntlet. So I switched to frost, see if I can get some shots out here, and then I take the high ground up here. That's another important thing that you want to do, is taking the high ground. I saw that I got a purple belt right there, so if these guys start shooting at me, I can shoot at them, they can hit me, and then I can take that purple belt, and now I have 80 shield instead of 170. I heard someone teleport in on me, and I heard those toxic clouds erupt, so I got out of there fast, and I tried to move towards my teammates. I knew that my teammates were over in these plateaus. Of course, as I was going over here, my teammates were rotating back towards me. So it's kind of unfortunate timing where now I've drawn these guys out into the desert. But my teammates are going to catch up to me in a little bit here, and I've done well enough to keep distance and kind of waste time so that I'm not getting launched on by this party that we're facing. So now you see this hollow skin it's kind of like a one-on-one. I don't have, I mean, they kind of they chipped my health away and stuff like that, so I'm not in a great position. I kind of back away, I get the high ground on him, I wait till he's down, and then I launch towards him. Unfortunate there, I went for the freeze on him. You can hear me talk. I think I'm a little salty in this game, but I think I was just confused. This guy was running like a weird kit. So I was just a little confused at what he was doing and trying to figure it out. I think it came off a little salty, but you know, it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. I tried to push into him. I tried to freeze him with my frost sorcery. Unfortunate that he had harmony on, so he didn't get frozen by it. But, you know, we move on. Luckily, he didn't push me anymore. I think he probably could have. Now I see another person, and that didn't feel like a great situation, so I just go to get high ground here. I go up and see who I can find. I see someone over there. I probably shouldn't be taking pot shots like that at someone who's not necessarily fighting me. I don't think that's the person that just found me. And now I've kind of taken a moment to reassess things. I was up on the high ground. I was safe. I can look back at my teammates and see where they are. Obviously, they've been playing really well and playing together. So I rejoin them right here, and you'll see throughout this game, like, I just never have pots. I mean, I'm getting hit a lot, so I'm having to use them, but all my shards, I have no shards, I have no health potions, so you know, this game has just kind of been like fight after fight after fight, and I haven't had a time to really like catch my breath or anything. You see I hover in the air there with my sorcery. That's a good thing to do if you're moving, if I just wanted some time to see where that guy was, where he was going to move, and I wanted to stay in the air. Hovering with your sorcery, your mana won't regain, but it won't use it. You won't use it to levitate, and you get 5 seconds while you're in the air to kind of stall with your sorcery out like that. So that's a good thing to do if you're trying to like stall and see where someone's going. But we are back in the action. I see this, there's a whole bunch of people over here, at least one group, probably two groups. I try to explode that toxic cloud, and unlucky, I hit the tree. You see, I kind of was pushing in there a little bit, and then their whole team turned and came at me. I get hit by the lightning on top of the castle there. So I'm just trying to like reassess the fight. I'm trying to get these guys down below. But you'll see, as I'm fighting, right, it's always, I fight, I throw some fireballs out, or I go, now I've picked up a toxic gauntlet because I didn't think my frost was hitting that well, but I'm hitting, and then I'm either setting up, so I like put my firewall down before to try to do a little damage and like area control that person, but then I hang out around my firewall while I'm shooting fireballs so that I can hop into the firewall and reposition immediately. Or I'll know, like I'm running dash right now, I'll know that like I'll take some fireball shots and then I'll dash away. I'm always setting up a movement. I'm doing some damage and then setting up to get out and reposition myself. This game is so much about repositioning. Again, you'll see here, like I just have no pots this whole game. I never get like a full stack of pots, which is just unfortunate. Upgrade my toxic gauntlet. I don't really use toxic I don't use the spell at all. I pretty much just use a sorcery. You see I use my dash to get out of that lightning strike, which is a good news because lightning strikes this late in the zone hit for a lot. But at this point, you know, I'm just trying to join up with my teammates again. I had separated from them once again, and hey, who guessed it? We win. Kind of nice. Thanks, Fumbles, for the carry. There you go, right there. So that was the whole game. You'll see how like I did a lot of positioning work and rotations. It's not like a game that I did super well in. You see, I missed a ton of fireballs in there and stuff like that, but that's just the way of the road sometimes, you know? That's how it goes. So, guys, I hope this was helpful for you to kind of to go through my thought process a little bit as I'm going through the Hollowlands. If you have any more questions about this game or about, you know, my thought process or anything like that, feel free to stop by my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/BastionLMAO. I stream every weekday at 10 a.m. Starting now with the launch of Spellbreak, and I'll be playing Spellbreak like every day because this game is awesome. It's super cool and fun. Until next time, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you then.